Hey, so today's video is a tiny bit of a personal one, and it's about that little devil that sits on your shoulder constantly, all day, every day, from the second you become a mother. And it's talking to you constantly and making you feel guilty for every single decision that you make. And if you're a mum, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that horrible mum guilt that just follows you around day in and day out. And it's that guilt of deciding between doing something for yourself, which you know you should be, or doing something for your kids, which you feel so compelled to do all of the time. And I'm going to look at mum guilt today and how it can affect your exercise and attending an exercise program or completing a gym program. So looking at it from a fitness point of view. And the first thing I want you to think about is, where are your kids when you're at the gym? Are they with you? Great. That's awesome. And that's so good that you found a place for your kids to be while you're exercising. But just be aware that you cannot possibly give your trainer 100% of your attention, and you cannot give the program 100% of your attention while your kids are there. And that's okay. It's fine not to do that. And your trainer should be aware of that and compensate in that regard for you. Have you arranged a babysitter for your kids, or are they in a babysitting service at the gym, a creche? Great, that's awesome. But just know that your attention will not and cannot be 100% on the trainer and 100% on your program, because you're probably worrying whether little Sally is going to eat her snack that you packed for her, or is little Billy going to feel uncomfortable in the clothes that you put him in for that day. So your attention will always be divided in either of those situations. So I just want you to acknowledge that, and I want you to acknowledge that you've had to sacrifice something to get to an exercise program or to get to the gym, and that's okay. But just let that settle in. Let that acknowledgement settle in, and let it be a good thing. Whatever the thing that has had to be sacrificed, maybe you've had to leave some housework, maybe you've had to drop some work half an hour early to get to the gym, maybe you've had to, leave dinner for a bit later that night. Whatever the case is, just acknowledge that you have had to sacrifice something to get to your workout, and that's okay. The second thing I want you to do is just to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How are your energy levels? Have you had a sleepless night? Or have you had a pretty crooked kind of a sleep on the futon in the nursery? Like, where are you at the moment? Have you had a string of ridiculously early mornings because suddenly someone's decided that 5 a.m. is a great wake up time? Oh my gosh, I remember those days so clearly. So just be constantly checking in with your energy levels each and every day, because they will differ from one day to the next. And don't forget they'll change with your cycle as well. So just keep an eye on that one too. That's quite natural and it's quite normal. So just like I want you to acknowledge the sacrifice that you've had to make, just check in with yourself and be honest with that as well. I mentioned this before, but just, another one is to understand that your attention will not be 100% on the trainer or the program, and that's okay. And really, it's up to your trainer to refocus you, to check in, to make sure your form is great, and to be keeping an eye on you and your safety throughout that time. Of course, it's a two-way street. We want you there and we want you paying attention, but we also understand, and it's okay that we don't have all of that attention. Okay. I also want you to understand that you can't 100% comply to a meal plan or a suggested menu or whatever the case there may be. Because you know what? There are just some nights where, to prevent World War III from breaking out, it's all right to eat the plain pasta. Some days where lunch just isn't going to happen, you know, the baby's done this and the toddler's done that, and, you know, there's mess everywhere, then it's kind of okay to just eat those 2 slices of toast as you're doing whatever it is that you need to do. But we just, as mums, we need to be really gentle on ourselves that we are never going to 100% comply to nutrition planning, and that's okay. I think that's the whole thing that I just want to convey in any of this, that as a mum, we have so many other things going on that it's okay to let some things also therefore slide. And that brings me to my last point of things for you to be aware of, is that you're the one with the family calendar in your head, are you not? I mean, I don't know about you, but I am the one who is organising the kids and organising the family and making sure that all the activities happen. And so if you forget how to do a certain exercise, or if you forget what weight you lifted on something last time you were in the gym, or what speed to set the treadmill at, or whatever the case may be, that's okay. It's okay to forget that kind of stuff because your brain is already doing so much and holding so much information. There's that saying, isn't there, that our brains are like the computer with all the internet tabs open, but no one's quite sure where the music is coming from. And that is definitely true for us mums. So mama, I want you to see yourself. I want you to hear yourself. And I just want you to work with yourself. That it's okay to feel that guilt between doing a workout or doing something for your kids, and that it's okay to be constantly working on that balance and trying to find that balance for yourself. But if this is something that you feel like you would need some extra assistance with, I've actually got a bit of a free 10-step guide to help take you through some of the things that you can do just to readjust the daily activities to try and free up some guilt-free exercise time for you. So I'll pop the link for that below, and that'll just take you to a page where you can pop your email address in and I'll send it straight to your inbox. But just remember that, you know, we want to have it all, but, you know, we really can't. We can't have it all and we can't be it all, and that's okay. You know, if we're killing it in our gym programs, something's probably gone by the wayside at home. And, you know, if we're doing something with the kids, maybe we've had to sacrifice some workout time from somewhere else, and it's all okay. Let's try and strip that guilt away and just work with ourselves where we're at and take it one tiny step at a time. Have a really great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you later.